Welcome to Neet. This is Sheikh Altaf. Today we will discuss about is the very important part of the plants which can do the photosynthesis and also other functions like transpiration, respiration. So I will explain about the two parts of the leaf. Especially leaves are developed from the node of the stems, and this attachment of this node and leaf, node to leaf, the place we call as a leaf base, and afterwards it is a small appendage like structure is there, is called petiole, and petiole is extend into the leaf up to the tip, we call as midrib, and the midrib gives the lateral branches called vein, and vein gives small network like structure called veinlets, and all together, that means the vein, veinlets and midrib together they form a structure is called venation. So afterwards that the total greenish structure of the leaf is called leaf blade, or you can say leaf lamella. And now we will discuss about the parts of the leaf. It is specially divided into three parts: leaf base, petiole and leaf lamella. Now go through the detail about that leaf base. There are two types of leaf bases are there. The pulvinous type of leaf base found in dicot leaf, and in monocot it will come leaf sheath. We will discuss later. First we will discuss about the pulvinous. Pulvinous, it is just the attachment of the petiole to the node region is called pulvinous. Pulvinous plays very important roles, especially it is found in the leguminous plants, and it helps to that movement of water to make the leaf upright to direct absorb the sunlight. Leaf pulvinous above, just beside the pulvinous, small leaf-like structures are called stipules, and stipules, if it is present in the leaf base, then we call it as stipulate leaf. If it is absent, then it is called that exstipulate. Just above this small appendage or the stalk of the leaf is called petiole. If petiole is present, means we can say petiolate. If it is absent, then we call it the leaf is called sessile. So some leaves the petiole is absent, then we call it as sessile. Next we go through that the petiole is just touch to the green color structures by presence of some they given that axis is there. Axis means the angle between the leaf and the stem is called axis. In this leaf axis they produce that bud, it may be called as axillary buds. Buds are developed at the base of the axis of the leaf. Then go to that midrib. Midrib, I already said that it is extension parts of the petiole, and it reaches to the apex of the leaf. It is the midrib, or you can say main vein. Main vein gives the another branch, it's called vein, and these veins give and small branches called as veinlets. All together I already said that venation. But here one is there. The leaf is just break in some places. It's called sinus, and the sinuses will develop only in that case of compound leaves. Compound leaves, the reaches will be come to that midrib. So here lobes they form, and ultimately after a few times what happens, the lobes will be divided into different types of a group of leaflets. Now the apex, it is the tip of the leaves, and lamina, it is the outer covering, outer margin is called margin, leaf margin we can say, and leaf margin, and margin after again sometime it will make to zigzag like is that margin, and cercet you can say. Cercet means the breaking part. Next marginal lacuna. Lacuna means the insertion will be go somewhat inner to that, and marginal ondulic, that is undulate. Undulate, that is means just looking like a bifurcated like a structure. Next we will discuss about that kind of stipules. Already know that what is stipule. Stipule, it is the just a small leaf-like structure developed at the base of the leaf. But the different types of stipules or kinds of leaf we will discuss. Here they given the diagrams are there. They say that foliage stipule. Foliage stipule means the stipule is modified into leaf-like structure in some of the plants. Next, sometimes what happens, the two stipules, the freely develop, we can say the free lateral stipules. It is especially found in the Malvaceae family, that is, you can say hibiscus. And next we come to the adnate stipules. Adnate stipules means the stipule is just fused to the petiole up to certain distance, and it is looking like a thick stipule, but it is not thick petiole. It is stipule just modified into adnate. And adnate stipules especially found in the rose plants. Next we come to interpetiolar stipule. Inter means intra means in between. Intra means within. Within means just leaf one side, only two appendage like structure they develop. That is, it's this type of stipule we call it as intrapetiolar stipule. And next is they called interpetiolar stipule. Inter means in between. That means one leaf is there, both sides they develop the two stipules. That type of stipule we call it as intrapetiolar stipule. And next we come to the exstipulate. Exstipulate means if stipules are absent, some of the leaves, the stipules are absent, those type of leaf we call it as exstipulate leaf or no stipule. And here simply it is divided into petiole, margin and blade. And then next, the stipules means already as discussed, the small leaf-like appendix develop at the base of the leaf. Next we just see that sessile. What is the meaning of sessile? In this picture, you can just point out that petiole is absent. Petiole is absent means the total lamina of the leaf directly attached to the nodal region of the stem. So here petiole is absent. If petiole is absent, then we call it as sessile. That means no petiole. And sometimes what happens, some of the lamina will be insert into the stem or nodal regions. So this type of leaf we call it as clasping base. So these are the different types of kinds of stipules. Next, we'll go through that. We already discussed about that leaf base. Leaf base are of two types. One is called pulvinous, another is sheath, leaf sheath. So leaf sheath, the sheath means the some part of the leaf base is already diffused or coincide with that stem, and it is a white membranous structure. This type of leaf base especially found in the monocot leaf. You can give the example is Oryza sativa rice plants, and you can the blade or lamina, it is a parallelly there. That's what one of the characteristic feature of monocot leaf, that is called parallel venation. Next, go through that leaf venation. So what the meaning of leaf venation? Leaf venation is very simple. One definition is there: the mode of arrangement of veinlets all together form a structure in the lamina, we call it as a leaf venation. Again, the leaf venation are mainly divided into two types. One is called parallel venation, another is a reticulative venation. What is the meaning of parallel venation? Parallel venation means the main veins are parallelly, they run in the leaf lamina, and also the leaf veinlets also they can develop in parallelly. We can give the example of this parallel venation, monocot plants. We can give that Oryza sativa or Moza paradisiaca, banana. A reticular venation. In the case of reticular venation, what happens? The midrib, it develops or gives branches, we call it as vein, and vein gives branches called veinlets. And these vein and veinlets look like a network-like structure. And this, if this vein and veinlets are arranged in network-like structure, then we call it as reticular venation. So reticular venation, it is the one of the basic characteristic feature of all the dicot plants. And next, we go to that small, just flow chart of this. You see that venation. Venations are the principle of vein and veinlets in the leaf lamina. It is specially divided into two types, parallel and reticular venation. Parallel means veins are parallelly arranged. Reticulate means veins form the network. Next, we come to the parallel venation. Parallel venation, again, they subdivided into unicosted and multicosted. What is the meaning of unicosted? Unicosted means only one main vein or prominent vein is found in the leaf. Then it is called unicosted. And if the veins are arranged in parallel, then it is called unicosted parallel venation. If the number of veins parallelly run on the lamina, then we call it multicosted. That multicosted Again they further divided into convergent and divergent. What the meaning of convergent? Convergent means all the midribs or number of midribs they originate from the leaf base and gradually go through the lamina and attach or joint or fuse at the apex of the lamina. Then this type of arrangement of multicosted leaves we call it as convergent. Example: grass, wheat and bamboo. Like the divergent. Divergent means what happens? The vein midribs are the origin from single point, but it can spread into the lamina. They should not be joint or coincide at the tip. They can just like palm of the hand, finger, palm on the finger like that. It can spread all directions. So this is called a divergent. Next you come to the reticulate venation. Reticulate venation again same, unicosted and multicosted. Unicosted means only one prominent vein is there. Multicosted means number of prominent veins are there. So unicosted reticulate venation. You can take example Mangifera indica, that is mango, and next is come to that we go through that types of leaves. So types of leaf, that is simple and compound. So simple means what? Here the single lamina is there and there is no insertion, there is no breakdown of that lamina, and unique leaf, that is called single or individual leaf we call it. Compound. Compound means for nothing but the leaf divide into multiple leaflet attached to the stem. So again this compound leaf further subdivided into pinnately compound and palmately compound. What is the meaning of pinnately compound? Pinnately compounds, the main point, the Neet exam they will ask that pinnately compound leaves are feather-like arrangement. It is very very important. Feather-like arrangement is there, means it is called pinnately compound of the leaf. And here what happens? Number of insertion they develop, and the insertion will come and touch to the midrib, and afterwards what happens? The leaf will be divided into small leaf-like structure we call as leaflets. So the leaflets are not fused with each other; they are separate from each other. This type of compound leaf we call it pinnately compound leaves. Then come to that palmately compound leaf. Palm means just you know that our hand palm is there. In palm the fingers are spread in all direction. So you open the fingers means it will move to all direction. So like that here the leaf is originate from the single points, but the leaflets are they can spread in all direction. So that's why it is called palmately compound leaves. Next you come to the simple leaf and compound leaf. The two diagrams are there. Here is there one point is there simple leaf. It is consist of single, and compound leaf it is pinnately compound or it may be palmately compound leaf. Then you come to the compound leaves. Any compound leaves are there. In the compound leaves the petiole is there. Petiole, after the extension part of the petiole we call it as rachis. So rachis are nothing but the extension part of the petiole where the small leaf are developed. These leaves are small leaves we call it leaflet or is called a pinna. So if pinnas are fused joined in that place we call it as rachis. The between the two leaflet middle part we call it as rachis. All the rachis they again joined with the stalk. And next here the simple leaf and compound leaves are there, and base of this they develop some tissue is there, that is called meristematic tissues or meristematic cells are there, and the axis of that leaf base we can say axillary meristem. They develop into bird, or you can say axillary part. The parts of the compound leaf you can hear the view diagram is there. You can say the axillary bird is there, axil of the leaves. After they develop that petiolus, and here petiole and petiolus, the difference is there. The stalk of the leaflet we call it as petiolus, and all the petiolus together they form a one cylindrical structure is called petiole. That means the petiole consists of number of petiolus. And next comes the point of the leaflets. The leaflets are means the segment or separation of the leaves is called leaflets. In that the lateral veins are there, mid veins is there, leaflets are there. All together we already discussed about that leaf venation. This is the part of the compound leaf.